And joining us from Dulsco to tell us more about their initiatives and their partnership is environmental specialist Joelle Saab, head of the Expo 2020 project at Dulsco. Hi Joelle, good morning.
Hi.
And welcome to the show.
Morning, thank you for hosting me this morning.
Oh, that's lovely to see you.
Thanks.
Now listen, what is your biggest challenge at Dulsco regarding the Expo 2020 site? What have you had to really rework as far as this site is concerned?
I wouldn't really call it challenge, but more, our focus is to make sure visitors have the right awareness so that they can segregate their waste properly, because source segregation is key. So I think that's the main focus point.
Well, let's talk about some of the work that you're doing with all of this waste, because you're planning to take, I think, 85% of the waste here and recycle it. It's incredible. You're using plastic to turn them into memorabilia here, using cooking oil for biofuel. Tell me about some of that.
Yeah, so we treat waste as a valuable resource. We take them to our treatment facilities, as known as waste-to-resource facilities, and we give them a new life, and we make sure whatever we can to bring it back to Expo through different shapes and form. So on plastic, for example, we recycle it into t-shirts, hats that we can wear during the event. The used cooking oil is recycled into biofuel used to power our vehicles on site, and even the cardboard is recycled into our paper pulp molding plant, transformed into egg trays, coffee cups, holder, and much more. So we try really to give value to each waste that we collect from the site, diverting it away from landfill.
What about glass bottles and other things? What are you doing with glass?
So we've partnered with SMEs to repurpose glass, retransform it into different shapes of vases or any kind of trophies, literally any kind of material you would love to transform it. It's a very easy product to repurpose, and we make sure it comes back to the Expo site and is used across the site.
So literally what somebody could throw away in a trash can, a bin today, they could be wearing as a t-shirt in a few weeks' time. That's quite surreal to think about that, isn't it?
Absolutely.
That's very clever, very clever. And did it take you a long time to work out these processes, and obviously the lead time to create things sustainably quickly? Is it a new process you guys have developed or working on? So
we've spent the last 3 years planning for our operations to be in line with the UAE vision and the international standards of Expo 2020. We wanted to be as sustainable as possible in our approach, because still people do not know what we do with waste after we collect it. They just think we dump it in a landfill. So we wanted to, spread the message that no, we take it, we further segregate it, and we give it another life, and that was really the focus.
You're collecting, I think, around 170 tons of waste here a day. That's about roughly 10 garbage trucks. Are people ready to get on board? I think for a lot of us, unless it's directly in our faces, I think a lot of us tend to be quite lazy. And frankly, we haven't seen the recycling success that we have in other countries. What is key to changing that? I have to say, as I've walked around the Expo site, I've seen a lot of the bins, and I think you've got organic waste, recyclables, and others. But, has it been successful so far?
So we really use the branding to spread messages and explain to visitors what they should do when they throw their waste. We also have our activation on site that will help visitors segregate their waste better, be it kids or adults. We try to, deliver the message in the most funny and simple way, because we just don't want to make it overcomplicated for people to understand that it's important to segregate, and it really affects the future generation and the kids of our kids. So it's really important to spread the message around doing our bits for the environment.
Yeah, well, Joelle, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.